everyone. I hope this video will be successfully stable. In a previous video, I'm not sure about the status over the devices, but sometimes I cannot control uh, the capture of my face and the screens. But please understand my status about the video capture, and please listen my words in English, and you can check my lecture slides based on the mapping of my voice and the lecture slides. And um, if I check some error on unstable status of my past video, after that I will shortly review the past parts with the new video clip. So don't worry about it. All right. So in a previous video, we talk about the small data set such as the Midshoot, Harry Potter, Marvel, and the FTA social issues, right? In this video, we will take a look the big data such as MovieLens in detail. Even though we already started big data analysis in a previous video clip, as I mentioned in the front part, the video is stable some epochs, so I will shortly review again. All right. Okay, we will move to the another type of the data collection or processing and data storage. There are three categorized of the big data analysis. First is the data collection, second is data processing, and third is data storage. All right. So when we consider a small data size, we only consider the manual typing in CSV file, or we can download the dataset in online. But the more the data size is larger, we should directly generate data sets or crawl the data set in online. All right. So we will try data crawling in future with various social networks such as the Facebook, Twitter, and so on. So don't worry about it. Regardless of the data size of the data collection, we should process data using specific algorithms such as the data processing and the big data analysis and so on. For example, if we consider data process, we can control the data with the heuristic approach or the optimal algorithms. But at this point, we only consider data processing based on our heuristic idea, right? And most problem of the text analysis, the framework of the algorithm of the data processing part is very similar, so we will talk about it in detail also. So don't worry about it, all right? And if we move to the big data from the small one, we should consider the specific package with specific functions. So we should finish the basic part of our programming, and then we should move to the package and our programming role part. So according to the given problem, sometimes we should opportunistically select proper packages with functions, and then we can analyze and process the big data. All right. And after that, in future, we will also check and launch the platforms such as Hadoop and Spark for big data processing as well as storage. All right. And according to the big data analysis applications, we can consider social network data analysis, artificial intelligence, or computer networks such as IoT signal data, and so on. According to our degree and status, we can touch and launch the sample of the each issues in future. All right. So please take a look and take photo these slides with your cell phone and frequently check this photo of your cell phone every day, and then you can classify the big data analysis with three parts. Of course, if you consider big data itself, we can consider the data volume, data velocity, and so on. In future, we will talk about it too, so don't worry about it, okay? And as I mentioned in a previous video and previous slides, in March, we learned about the R programming language basically for grammar. So there are five categorized there, and we already record each the content in our Word file, right? But regardless of the programming language, we can uh, knows the reserved word, functions, variable, data, packages. But if we consider the specific problem in advance, we should know what is the proper packages and functions for the problem. So we should learn the R tutorial of the uh, classifications in aspect of role of the our tutorial part. Sometimes we classified into the basic grammar and other the proper functions. So if we classify the string manipulations, math functions, metric manipulations, read and write data, statistical analysis, selected functions list, uh, if we press the plus menu, there are many kinds of and unlimited functions per each category. So according to the role of the R and the given problem, we should select the proper one, and we should flexibly read the definition and usage of package and function, and then we can use them for our problem. All right. Maybe from big data and the advanced problems, most of them um, use the string manipulations. String is the character and characters group, right? So for the data analysis, of course, naturally we should consider the string manipulation. So in our project 2 for the big data analysis, we also start with the string manipulations. All right. So um, okay, we will start project 2, a big data analysis. All right. For that, as I mentioned in a previous video, we consider MovieLens data set. You can download the data in the link, and I already uploaded our code in iCampus, but you can download and refer my code in my server. That is my server. All right. So you can check the our original codes both in your laptop and cell phone too. And as I talk to you big data analysis, we first consider MovieLens data set. The data set is the larger than before because there are around 4,000 movies and around 6,000 users with the enough ratings. All right. So, for example, uh, if each user watch the movies, they can put the ratings from 1 to 5. So 5 is the best movie and 1 is the very bad, like that, according to the user's interest. So MovieLens can um, includes the users, new movies, and rating information in their recommender systems. All right, so we can download this data set. So if you download the data set, you can uh, have the three data sets. First is the movies.dat. Second is the rating.dat. Third one is the users.dat. These files are so big, so when you look at the size in your directory, that is the very large, right? So that is not a toy example. So that means we already started of the big data analysis. All right. So if you clicked the ratings.dat, you can see the series of the integers only. But even though they are all integers, but each integer has its own meaning, as I mentioned in a previous video. In case of ratings.dat, the first integer is user ID, second is the movie ID, right? So when you look at this figure, and when you compare this figure and this first string of the users the ratings.dat, the user can watch this movie, and then he put rating value when they or she or he watched the movie after movie, right? So user can't put the rating in their movie, right? So if we consider around 6,000 users and around 4,000 movies, of course we can get uh, enough rating integer values, right? So we can analyze these information for the recommendation or to get the statistical information, such as the which genre is the best for a woman or man, like that. So based on the data, we can analyze many um, of targets, and we can solve our problem based on your interests. Okay, so I already talked about the ratings.dat and movies.dat and users.dat in a previous video, right? Even though previous video are a little unstable, but you can listen and you can compare step by step or by yourself. I put the enough explanation per each slide: user ID, movie ID, rating, timestamp, and the movie ID and title, genre, and genre can be classified around 20 groups, from action, adventure to the war western, right? And in case of users.dat, um, this file includes the user's ID, gender, age, occupation, as well as zip code. So if you compare each explanation with this DAT file, you can recognize the meaning of each integer, right? So we can consider the various cases of their data analysis. All right. So occupation can be chosen from following choices, from 0 to the 19. All right. So according to the occupation, we can also classify the movie in future for satisfying of each occupation, right? So it is up to you about the extended data analysis. All right. So, in conclusion, after execution of my code, you can get two graphs. First is the bar plot for count of genre. So, according to the genre of the x-axis, how many the views was acquired per each genre. So drama, comedy, horror are very famous among the other genres, right? And we can also get the distribution of user age by each gender. So in case of men, they're around the 20 and 30 ages ranges are larger than other ranges. And in case of the female, the average, the shape is uh, more normal than men, right? So we can explain this graph. Men's focused on the movie uh, for the young teenager or the under the 30 ages men, right? But in case of the female, the most the range of the ages watch the movie. Of course, the teenagers watch the movie a little larger than other ages range, but the tendency of the female is the more common than men, right? So according to the result graph, personally, we can explain our opinion on top of the object graph, all right? So in this video, we shortly review of the previous video for covering unstable screen and capture of my face, and I add the more information for the results of the big data, such as the MovieLens. So please download datasets and check and compare each data set with my explanation and my lectures. And before going to the specific the comment explanation, please execute my codes both in iCampus and my server, which is the possible. You can execute, and first you can get the two result graph and take a look at two graphs all by yourself first, all right? And then you can also try to execute each comment all by yourself, and you can put your old traces into your Word file, all right? Thank you so much. See you next video soon. Bye bye.